Hey guys, how's it going? It's John from the Machine Shop. Today we're going to be doing a getting started with the Arduino boards. So we're going to be going onto the Arduino website, getting the software, installing it, plugging in our board and hopefully uploading some code onto this board to get one of the little LEDs to flash. Cool, you ready? Let's go! Alright, so what we're going to need here. So first of all, hopefully you guys have got an Arduino already. If you haven't, I've left some links in the comments below so you guys can find some bits of where you can get an Arduino board from. This will work for any of the Arduinos, as long as they are like classed as Arduino, then that'll be fine. You're going to need a USB cable. So mine is the Arduino Uno. That's got the square type. Can you guys see that? The square type. There you go, USB port on the side of it. So I've got a square type USB cable. There we go. Yeah, square type USB cable to plug that into. So also we're going to need some software. So let's go over to my desktop. Okay, so let's go on to Chrome. We are going to go to arduino.cc. Okay, so then if you click on that software tab and go to downloads, depending on what version you've got, scroll down a bit. So here we go, download for the IDE. So depending on what operating system you guys are using, I'm using Windows 10 on here. So I'm just going to go for the Windows 10 installer that's there. If you're on Mac, then there's a version there for Mac. If you're on Linux, if you're using like Ubuntu or something like that, then you can go with the Linux 32 or 64-bit, depending on what kind of system you've got. If you're running this on a Raspberry Pi, which you can do, there is actually a link here for the different versions of Raspberry Pi. I'm going to be doing a video on that and how you can use a Raspberry Pi with an Arduino, not just for programming, but for how you can get them to communicate together and stuff like that. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see that video coming up soon. Bell icon if you want to be notified, of course. So I'm on Windows 10, so I'm going to go Windows Installer. If you want to, you can make a donation to the Raspberry Pi Foundation, or you can click Just Download. I'm going to do that. I'll do it a bit later, promise. But for now, I'm going to click on Just Download, and that's going to do the download of the Arduino IDE. Now, I've already got it downloaded. I'm just going to quickly cancel that. So I'm going to head over to once that on yours, you would have finished the download. So I'm going to go to my Downloads folder, and I'm going to open up the installer. Yes, please, I want to do that. Right, so now we're into the installer. So obviously read through the license agreement, right? I already have, promise, and which I've already agreed to it, just about. I'm going to install this stuff, yeah, fine. I'm going to install it into this, yeah, fine. Have I got enough space? Apparently, not a lot though. Space available, 16.5 gig. I need to clean out some stuff. Okay, install that. So that's going to go through that install. If you want to feel a bit more nerdy, you can go show details, and it comes up with all of this stuff that it's doing, extracting stuff. Lots of cool stuff. What else is it extracting? Oh god, it's going too quick for me to read it. So hopefully then it'll blast through that install. I might as well wait. Make sure you've got a coffee, obviously. Cracking. Milk and just one sugar for me, please. Okay. I was going through pretty quick. Obviously, depending on how fast your computer is, depends on how fast this is going to work. But it's pretty quick. Okay, there we go. I skipped through that. I couldn't be bothered to wait for it. So now it says completed, and we now have an Arduino icon on our desktop up there. Awesome. So let's click on that. Okay, so that's going to open up our Arduino IDE, as it's called. So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So this is the Arduino IDE, this fabulous, simple looking bit of software with some code in it. So this is code that I've actually already written in the past, so it won't show up for you, but this is something that I've written. Don't worry about what that code says, that's not the format of this video, it's just to get everything working for you guys. So let's get our board plugged in. So like I said, I've got the Arduino Uno board here, so that's got my little USB port on it, so I'm going to plug that in. That's a good satisfying sound, I like that. Okay, that's got our board plugged in. Okay, so within this software now, what we can see is that we've got, up the top here is a couple of buttons. We've got the standard file and edit and tools and things. Tools wise, what we do need to do is make sure that we've got it set up for our board correctly. So down here, you can see it says board. And then on the right you've got a big list of all different Arduino boards that are pre-installed with the Arduino when you download it. You can actually install some extra ones as well. I'll go through that again in another video, is how to install different boards. So I've got the Arduino Uno, it's already selected, so that's good. The other thing that I need to do is tell it where it's plugged into. So this one has actually detected it. It says COM18 there. So on my laptop, I've got a MacBook Pro here. I've got COM15 and COM16. I think they're Bluetooth devices. And then COM18, it has actually detected that an Arduino Uno is there. If yours doesn't do that, a really easy way of doing this is unplug the board. Makes a not so satisfying noise. Click on Tools, go to Port, and you'll see there that there's nothing, it's missing one. It's showing 15 and 16, remember that? 15 and 16. If you plug it back in, and then click off of that menu, so like that, then go back into Tools, go into Port. Now you can see that COM18 on mine has now shown up, and it has detected that it's an Arduino Uno. So that's how you can find out what port it's connected to. That's crucial. Okay. So the other buttons that we've got on here, we've got verify. So if you've written a bit of code like I've done here, I've written this code, you can click on verify and it will just tell you whether or not that code is correct. It won't tell you if it'll work, it just tells you if you've written it correct, you haven't missed off a bracket or a semicolon or something, you know. Upload, that's a good button, so that's what actually sends the code to the microcontroller on the Arduino board that you've got. It will do the verify bit first and then upload it, because it won't upload garbage. But the verify button is just there in case you want to check to see if that code's correct, even if you haven't got a board plugged in. You've also got new, so if you click on new, it just gives you a blank screen like that. You can then also open up oh, that's new. You can open up an original. There's some example ones here as well. So you can open up a file that you've already saved, or you can save the file that you've already got. Click on save and it will just give you the standard save dialog box. At least it should do. Oh, mine's already saved. So that's just updating the save that it had before. So then you can save all your sketches, as they're called, these bits of code that you've written in. So let's send upload. So I'm going to click on that. Down here it's going to say compiling sketch. So that's doing the checking. And then it should say uploading. So that's actually sending it to my board. There's two little lights on my Arduino Uno here that say TX and RX. Those will flash really quick. That's so you know that the code is actually going down to the board. And now I can see that there is a little LED flashing. Let me go over to my overhead camera. Here we go. So you can see that little LED there is flashing. So that's what that code did. Perfect. So that is flashing once a second. Let's tell you what we'll do. Let's go back over to this one. Tell you what, let's go desk and overhead. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to quickly change my code if I can see where my mouse is. There we go. I'm going to send this, do a little bit of editing of my code. Don't worry about what the actual code says. It's just a thing to make the LED flash. Okay, that's going to send it over to my board. And now we can see that that LED is now flashing a lot quicker. It's actually flashing on and off every 200 milliseconds. Cool. So there you go. Very, very easy to get started using the Arduino. So if you want to see some more videos, I'm going to be doing loads of videos. I want to do videos on every single thing that these things can do. Everything from writing the code, plugging in sensors, getting motors to work, making more LEDs flash, different colors, buttons, everything. So I'm going to be covering all of those. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to be notified of when that video comes out. If you guys have got anything weird about Arduinos that you want to know about, make sure you fill in the comments below, and if I get anything that looks interesting, I'll do a video on it and explain how that works. Maybe you want to know how to interface with a piece of equipment over a special cable or something like that. Maybe you want to know how to use a GPS receiver with an Arduino. Maybe you've got a GPS project that you want to do something with. Anything. Stick it in the comments below. Like I said, I'll put some links in the video description about where you can get hold of these. I will be putting them eventually on my website when I finally got that running. That's themachineshop.uk, so you will be able to buy them from there. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name is John. Thank you for joining me. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at MachineShopUK. And I will see you in our next video. Cool. See you later. Bye!